Okay, we've worked on composition of functions where you have, let's see, f of g of x, or another way you could rewrite that is f of g of x. Those two mean the exact same thing, where the g function is put inside the f function, and then you end up creating a new function. Well, here we have this special composition of functions. It's called the difference quotient, and you'll end up using that in calculus. But so it's f of the composition of two functions, subtract the original f of x function all over h. So they give us an example. So here's the f of x, 2x plus 4. The g of x is always the same, x plus h, and all of that. So the composed function, subtract the original f of x all over h. So here we go. So here is the f of x where we're going to do the composing. Instead of x, we're putting x plus h. Subtract the original f of x. So this is the f of x plus h all over h. And then we're going to simplify. All right, so the new d of x is equal to, we're just going to do the distributive. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times h is 2h plus 4. We're going to subtract each of those things. So subtract 2x, subtract 4, and then we're going to cancel the things that they have in common. And look, I've already highlighted that. 2x, subtract 2x, those cancel. Positive 4, subtract 4, those cancel. And it leaves 2h over h, that cancels. So the new function is a linear function. D of x is equal to 2. All right, so let me keep going here. So here's another example right here. Make that a little bit bigger. So the f of x is x squared minus 1. And remember, the g of x is always x plus h. So here we have this first piece where it's the composed. Instead of x squared, we have x plus h squared, subtract 1. Then we're going to subtract the original f of x, which is x squared minus 1, all of that over h, and then we're going to simplify. Remember, when you square a binomial, it's that times that. So it's a double distributive, or think about Pascal's triangle, 1, 2, 1. However you want to think about that. So x squared is 1x squared. X times h is xh. So if we had x plus h times x plus h, we multiply x squared plus x times h plus another x times h plus x squared, h squared. There's two of those, 2xh plus h squared. We have to remember to bring down that subtract 1, and then we're going to subtract the x squared minus 1. We're going to simplify further. So x squared subtract x squared, those cancel. A negative 1, well, subtract a negative is the same as adding 1, so those cancel. And what you have left is 2xh plus 1h squared. And then notice that those three things all have an h in common, so we're going to factor out an h. We factor out an h in this first term, that will cancel. We factor out an h in the second term, it'll just be h all over h, those cancel. And the final simplification, d of x is equal. So d of x is equal to 2x plus h. And let's see, I think we have one more. This one I'm going to let you guys finish on your own, but I'll do the setup. So x cubed. So here, I'm going to leave that on the screen. I want you to pause it because I'm about to be interrupted. Okay,